showtime.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. If you are new to the channel, I'm your host, Robert, a.k.a. The Tall Man. This is my lovely wife, Lisa, and co-host, a.k.a. Mrs. Tallman. Not that anyone ever calls her that. We are coming to you live one last time here from the NCL Aqua. I've been showing you through the beginning intro, the little countdown. That is Balcony Cam, which is behaving tonight.
It is.
Balcony Cam is behaving tonight.
Yes,
I don't know.
Thank
you for the thumbs up. We appreciate each and every one of you for being here through these past 10 days. It's been one heck of a journey. Lots of trials and tribulations, if you will. And so thank you all so much. We appreciate you, especially to all the new members of the Tall Man Clan. We also want another shout out to BX Journeys and Jay for joining us last night. It was absolutely a fantastic time.
What a blast.
And if any of his people are here with us tonight, thank you all for joining us. We appreciate each and every one of you. Quick last little housekeeping notes, and then we have a special video for you. We are live one more time, but we can still get some answers for you because we're going to do our final wrap up once we get home. It'll be Tuesday. But if you have questions about the NCL Aqua and you're with us live, you can ask it in the chat. If we don't already know the answers, we will find it out tonight and then bring it to you when we come live for our final wrap up. So that's one. Two, if you are not part of our Facebook group already, there it is, facebook.com. We put different content up there, like all the menus and pictures of the food we eat, the dailies, all those things from the cruise ships we're on, we put in our group. So if you want to see those things, feel free to go to the group. You do have to answer the two questions because it's a private group, meaning the first question is, what was your first cruise ship? And second is adhering to the group rules. So there's that. Let's see. What else? Three. We're giving away a cruise ship. There it is over there. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, but you're definitely going to want to stick around to figure out and hear how we're giving away a cruise ship. So there's that. Have I missed anything?
I think you've covered it all. Yeah,
we could buffer. We're in the middle of the ocean still. You know, we're almost there, but not there. So if there's buffering, just hang in there. It'll come right back. So I guess that's it for the housekeeping notes. I made a special video for you guys. Just sort of, let's call it highlights from the past 10 days. There you go.
We will be altering our scheduled course to delay our arrival to the US. As a result, Norwegian Aqua will now arrive in New York City on April the 7th at 3 a.m. local time.
Surprise, 'cause we know better than to roll the dice. So take this love and try to make it new. You can't fight it when it feels so true. You drive me crazy like no one else. The final moment before I lose myself. And it's no use working 9 to 5. If you want more than to stay alive, so come on over, we can make it through. Take my hand, I know just what to do. On the beat, keep dancing through the night. Stay up until the morning light, oh. So come on over, we can make it through. Take my hand, I know just what to do. Superman, come follow me, just take my hand. And now that we are cruising in mid-flight, you better watch out for the kryptonite. So come on over, we can make it through.
quiet time here on the NCL Aqua, here up on deck 17.
All medical, stretcher, fire, area control, rescue team to report immediately to their emergency stations.
As we look up at the stars in the sky, did we ever stop and wondered why we let our love shine all through the night? Just you and me, babe, until the morning light. The morning.
This is called the Ocean Walk. And as you can see, we are literally over the edge of the ship, walking on glass. If anything happens to the glass, it's bye-bye, tall man.
We can make it through. Take my hand, I know just what to do. Just what to do. On the beat, keep dancing through the night, keep dancing. Stay up until we stay up.
Well, according to customer service, the information we got was erroneous, that they have reprogrammed all the cards to go through the 10th. So I guess that was just a wasted trip. Thank God I didn't wait in line for an hour. Let's go back and meet with Lisa and get on to some trivia. Well, after a couple game of darts, we're the champions. They were close games, but the tall man and the Mrs. Tall Man, not that anyone calls her that, pulled out the win.
My favorite comment was Robert told me, Jay, that you had said, "Yeah, I heard you sleeping."
Yeah.
Because I thought we were going live yesterday.
Yeah.
So I was about to knock on the door and I'm like, I'm not going to disturb. He's sleeping at 2:50. I'm supposed to be here at 3.
You know why that's so funny? It was her.
Oh, no. I thought it was. Can I get a rum and balls, please?
Rum and balls instead of rum and coke. See, now imagine if we were actually drinking. If he has to go, excuse me, you know why.
Hey, we're keeping it real.
Bloody meatballs. Oh. Bloody balls.
Oh, God, here we go. We opened up a can of worms.
Can I have some extra bacon with my bloody balls?
Oh, my Lord. I opened up Pandora's box. Yes, I did. It won't be able to be closed at all. Oh, Lord.
Oh.
You see what you did with Bring Me This Channel, babe? Oh, my God. You guys are funny.
Oh, good God. Bloody hell.
We can make it through. Take my hand, I know just what to do. Just what to do. On the beat, keep dancing through the night, keep dancing. Stay up until we stay up. The morning light. Don't be out of sight. On the beat, keep dancing through the night. We're dancing through the night. Stay up
Well, there you go, everyone. Highlights from our 10 days here on the NCL Aqua, or at least ones that we found were funny. Oh, bloody balls. If you want to really know what that means, you're going to have to go watch last night's if you weren't here. So let's say hello to...
If you can't tell, it was pretty funny.
Yeah. Hello, Bev. Are we there yet? God, I hope so. Good evening, Desiree. How are you? Lori, hello. Last night, that is correct.
Oh, yes.
Hello, Michelle from New Jersey. Welcome, welcome.
Welcome.
Yep, Patricia, one more sleep and a wake up, and we're there. Mama Tall Man says she's all wrapped up in her blankie.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's cool here, too.
It is.
Hello, Tuesday. It's Sunday. Dr. Cherie, welcome. Good to see you again, as always. John says, sad to see you leaving, but looking forward to the world of America. I know. It's right around the corner, right? Less than a week, y'all. So, plus we're going to come back on live at least on Tuesday to give you our final wrap up here on the Aqua. So,
Yes.
Hello, Carol. Alex, are you looking forward to getting back home, or would you prefer to stay on the ship? That's always a loaded question. You know, obviously when we're away from home, we miss our grandson and our daughter and son-in-law and all that stuff. But we love being on a ship. So it's the love-hate thing. We'd love to stay, but we look forward to leaving as well.
Yeah. And today was our grandson's birthday, Blake.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Blake.
Happy birthday, Blake. We got to do a little FaceTime with him. He was playing at Chuck E. Cheese.
Yes, he was
Anyway,
having a great old time.
Hello, Valerie. Kelly, welcome from Boston. Thank you very much. Welcome to Boston.
Yes.
Gina, hello to you as well. Shireen, welcome. Oh, and new to the channel.
Hey,
get
welcome to the
applause.
channel. Yes.
Hello, Shireen.
Thank you for joining us.
Welcome to the Nut House.
Yes.
Where you too can have some bloody balls.
Hopefully you watched last night's video and know what we're talking about.
In short, they make cocktails here out of used food or leftover food.
Surplus
food. So we made a joke about, what are you drinking? That looks like meatballs. And just, a couple of iterations.
Downhill.
All of a sudden it's, instead of a Bloody Mary, I'll have bloody balls. So there you go. It's just yeah. We are keeping it above the belt. Barely. Barely. But I got my on standby just in case. Of course, everybody is saying hello to Shireen. Yeah, we're a big family here, Shireen. So welcome to the family.
Yes.
Carol, hello. Welcome. Patricia said fantastic review. Thank you so much. And of course, she also says hello to Blake. So Blake, if you're watching, right?
Yes, thank you.
Lewis, it's like 10 days.
10 days.
Yep. Hello, Kathy. Yep. Thank you. You feel right at home. Well,
awesome.
Excellent.
Glad to hear it.
So there you have it. So we're gonna also do a little bit something else tonight. And you know how we all do our video, right?
Mm-hmm.
We do it tall man style.
Mm-hmm.
Filming Tom and style.
All right. So basically, you're gonna watch us eat Cagney's tonight.
Yep.
This was our last supper here. Oh, by the way, thank you. And if you haven't done so yet, do us a huge favor, guys. Really, truthfully and honest. Hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button. It costs you absolutely nothing. It's free. It takes you a second to go down there and go beep. And it really does help out the channel. If you're into cruising and love cruising, so are we. You'd be part of the family. We do broadcast live from every night that we are on ships, as long as the Wi-Fi is strong enough, which these days it pretty much is. We do very detailed tours and some news and some tips and tricks, and we just love having a good old time. If you haven't figured that out yet, so consider joining us, subscribing, and hitting that thumbs up button. So thank you so much.
And we have a great group of subscribers.
Yep,
yes.
absolutely.
Yes.
So
thank you.
Tonight, this is literally the meal that we had just a few hours ago here. You're gonna watch as we're talking over it. So today was a mixed bag of day. To me, it was like the exclamation point of this cruise. This morning, as I rolled over, I'm like, is that the ship's horn? And I laid there for a couple of minutes, and then I heard it again. I'm like, are we about to hit something? and I opened the curtain, and it was the big white wall of fog. I'm like, oh no, here we go again. We're so close to being home. Like we only really had one good day of weather the entire time.
Yeah, yesterday.
We'd have a couple good hours in this day, and that would be it.
Yeah.
And then the next day was a wash, and then maybe a couple hours the next day, and then the next day was a wash. But yesterday was just absolutely beautiful all day, all afternoon, all evening. And I'm like, yeah, we're almost there. And then that
then
darn
the wall of
fog.
fog.
And then every 2 minutes until about 3:30.
Yes.
But the fog did break. It didn't break into good weather. It was still overcast and pretty crappy. Thank you again for the thumbs up. But at least the seas were calm.
Yeah.
The winds were blowing at about 30 to 35, according to the captain. And yes, we were up there. They were blowing pretty good. If you saw the little highlight reel, or we actually went live today for a few minutes showing, live with the fog, and you could see the fog just like whipping through the middle of the ship. The wind was blowing it through. So it was just another blustery, cool day. So anyway, and that was, like I said, that took us till about 3:30.
Yeah.
And it was like, we have to pack. We got to get ready for dinner. We got to get ready for the stream. I got to do the editing and stuff. So it was just sort of another one of those, days at sea that were just
it's a blur of a day.
Yeah, just a throwaway crappy weather day. So
a blur of the fog.
So you see they brought us some bread there. It was a nice big roll, and they cut it into a few pieces, and nice whipped butter, if you will. And so the bread was really good. So
it was good.
So let's get to let's see here. What's everybody saying? Thank you for right now. Patricia's like, oh my God, steak.
Yes.
Dr. Sheree also says happy birthday to Blake.
Oh, thank you.
Hello, Mike Anderson. Good to see you again. Fantasy Travel by Sheree. Great watching you both on the journey to New York City. We will be boarding when y'all are coming up. Oh,
yay.
Well, we'll say hello to you as we're passing by you in the terminal.
We'll wave.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, we've broken her in for you. She's ready. I'm gonna tell you two tips, everybody. At least for them. Maybe they'll fix it by the time you get here. One, the elevators are super, super fast.
The doors, yes.
In all ways. They come to you quickly, and when they come, the doors open. If somebody is getting out of there, by the time they stepped off, the doors are going to begin to close. Yeah. So you better stick your hand to keep the doors from moving, or the doors are going to bump you.
Yeah. That's
tip one.
Yes.
Tip two, the doors that open automatically, like around the ship in different places, they run very slow.
Yes.
So don't walk and think they're going to open by the time you get there, or you will run right into them. You're going to have to walk, and in some cases stand there a second or two until they figure out there's actually a human there, and they open up. So there's a couple of tips for you guys when it comes to doors here on the Aqua.
Yes, and if you want cookies, you get those in the observation lounge from what is it, 2:30?
Something like that,
5,
to 5,
I believe. Yeah.
They've got. When we first started off, they were like these tiny little cookies, and they actually weren't really good.
No.
And we were like, yeah, great, crappy cookies. And then we gave up, and we walked by there 3 or 4 days later, and all of a sudden they get these gigantic big cookies.
And those were good.
Oh, man, they were amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway, Shades of Celebration. Lewis wants to know, do you know if the Aqua is doing from tomorrow to the 16th? That would be a preview cruise. So originally the Aqua was supposed to come over on the 7th day, and then there was going to be 2 preview cruises. These are for travel agents, dignitaries, things like that. And then it was eventually making its way down to Florida for its technical inaugural cruise, even though it would have already sailed with passengers 5 times or 4 times, whatever. So, it's going out on another cruise, and they'll be filled with travel agents and things like that. Travel advisors, right? Anyway, so which was some of the best shows you saw?
Oh my gosh.
All 3 of them.
All 3.
Right? If you're new to the channel, I am from the entertainment industry. I could not be more critical about entertainers. I mean, in the nicest of ways. But all 3 of the big production shows on this ship were absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, agreed.
The talent was good. The dancing was good. The tech was phenomenal. So you have to schedule to see all of them. What I mean by all of them, we didn't see the Beatles.
No.
That was sort of the fourth one, but
Yeah.
we saw Revolution, which was their new Prince tribute, which is good. It's not really a tribute. There's not somebody playing Prince. The songs are covered by their vocalists all the way around. But there's one of the guys really does sound like Prince.
One of them, he does sound like him, and he moves like him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
he's not, a tribute artist.
Yes. They're just singers. Performing, yeah. I will tell you, though, for Revolution, you're going to have a hard time finding a seat unless you're standing in line 45 minutes before the doors open.
Yeah.
It's the theaters. We'll explain it more in just a second. But anyway, that was Revolution. Rumors, again, fantastic.
Yeah.
And then Elements, which I heard mixed comments that, oh, yeah, I saw this on this ship, and I saw this on that ship, and I saw this on this ship. And, of course, it's advertised as a brand new show. So I'm not sure what these other people were talking about. I don't know if it's brand new reimagined, and they've changed it, or they've done something. I have no idea. However, that show was also fantastic.
It was.
So, Fantasy Travel by Cherie, you need to go see all three of them.
Yeah.
You will be absolutely blown away.
Yeah.
Now, back to the Prince thing. This theater is a convertible space. The chairs are not hard, screwed down to the ground like regular theaters. It's basically a big box. Okay, big square box.
On the bottom level.
Deck 6, 7, and 8. On deck 7 and 8, there's chairs along the side and in the back. A couple of rows.
That's it. Okay.
Now, the deck 6 area is where a lot of the seating is, but the chairs are they retract.
Kind of like
kind of like old style bleachers.
Yes,
Again, think of your gym back in high school, right? The bleachers push back into the wall so you could have more space to play basketball or whatever you're doing. But then they would accordion out, and then you have bleachers exactly like that, except they're way more comfortable than that.
Yes.
So, but for Revolution, they only have them out, so there's like 2 rows of seats at the top. So there's almost no seating. What they want this show to be is more of a concert feel and environment. So if you go down to deck 6, it's standing room only.
Yes.
Okay. So remember, if you're not in line a long time before the doors open, you're not going to get a seat. Standing room only downstairs. However, which is great because the show happens kind of all around.
It does.
There's moving set pieces that they move down there. And so it would be kind of fun to be standing room only down there. So
yes.
There you go.
Yes,
all
agreed.
Right. We're close to the Prima now. Nice.
All right.
Did you add the NCL horn to your toolbox? I absolutely did. I didn't have enough time to get it loaded into my buttons, but I did already sample it. I'm just trying to move things around so I can see where did it go? I think it's still in downloads. Is it still in downloads? Come on. Figures.
He's got all these windows open on his computer screen. It's crazy.
Hang on, y'all. Downloads. I think it's still in downloads. Yes, there it is. NCL horn. Yeah, I just didn't have time to go through all the programming to get it loaded into my buttons, but here you go. Here we go. Yep.
There you go.
That's one of the 7,000 horn blows we've heard today. So I haven't been watching Cagney's yet. Let's go over the menu real fast before we go any further into dinner so they know what they're looking at.
Sure.
So Lisa will pull up the menu. Here comes our first of our appetizers. If you've been with us from the beginning, they serve onion soup.
French onion soup.
French onion soup in the main dining every night. And I had it one night. It was absolutely horrible. I'm like, while we're at Cagney's, I got to try it again. So as you can see, at least this one, there's some cheese on there. It's not everywhere. It's not all over the crock like on some of the cruise lines, which is fine. The French onion soup here was much better than the one in the main dining. I still wouldn't call it amazing, but it wasn't bad.
Oh, I enjoyed it.
She did, but
yeah.
I that's one of my things. I love French onion soup. She doesn't eat it as much as I do. So we're going to call it middle of the road. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't crappy. just middle of the road.
But
So
it was steaming hot. Let me tell you, you had to hold the spoon up in the air and still blow on it to be able to get it in your mouth. It was hot.
bloody balls hot. Thank you
Thank you.
for the thumbs up. That is okay. So the appetizers: crab cakes, jumbo shrimp trio, grilled thick cut bacon. I almost came this close to getting it.
He did. He told me he was going to get it, but he didn't.
Lobster bisque, the baked onion soup, Caesar salad, which we both had, which was really good. That was one of the better Caesar salads we've had in a while. However, a little heavy on the dressing and a little heavy on the grated cheese.
Yeah.
Didn't bother me, but some people don't like heavy dressing or heavy cheese.
That would be me.
It doesn't bother me.
No, he was over there just,
This is
amazing. I'm
good.
like, it's a little heavy on the cheese.
And then they had an iceberg wedge.
Yes.
Okay. The entrees, ribeye, 16 ounce, which we both had. They also had fillets, 5 ounce fillet. 5 ounce petite fillet. They also had an 8 ounce fillet and a New York strip, 12 ounce. There's also prime rib, surf and turf, which does cost a little more money, and the double cut Australian lamb chops, which I think are the same price. Yes, they don't charge any more for that. There's sauces and all kinds of other things you can order. Sides, you do get some sides with this. You can order up to 2. A baked russet potato, truffle mashed potatoes, Parmesan dusted truffle fries. We got potatoes, the mashed potatoes, and the dusted fries. Pearl barley risotto. That was very interesting. Sauteed garlic mushrooms, creamed spinach, and steamed broccoli. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that barley risotto, I'm not sure what to make of that.
No, I'm not sure either. But, I wanted to try the things that were on their menu that I haven't seen elsewhere and see what they were like. The barley risotto, I mean, it was more like a creamy barley with some vegetables in it. I would not call that a risotto. I was expecting something different. Yeah, I mean, it was okay. Not my favorite. I probably wouldn't get it again, but I wanted to try it. Same thing with the Parmesan crusted fries.
They were good.
They were really good.
Yeah.
It wasn't what I was expecting. Again, it was truffle fries is what they called it. And I was wondering how they were going to cut the mushrooms up and fry them.
They didn't. They dried them and there was like a sprinkle.
Yes, it was normal French fries with a sprinkling of the truffles and the Parmesan. They were really good.
Yep. For dessert, they offered raspberry creme brulee, a 7-layer chocolate cake, apple pie, which I got, which was a mini pie. It wasn't a slice of a pie. It was this
an
mini.
Individual.
Yeah, it was.
It was cute.
Yeah, it was. Again, I just put the Facebook thing up there. If you want to see closer pictures and the menu and all this stuff, it'll be up on Facebook.
Yeah, tomorrow night probably after we get back. Yeah. It's not up there currently.
Okay, and the oh my god caramel butterscotch cheesecake.
That was really good.
Yeah. So, and it wasn't that wasn't whipped cream. That was vanilla custard.
Oh, okay. I didn't think it was whipped cream. I'm like, I don't know what it is, but.
Yep, so there you go.
Okay.
So you'll see that dessert there in just a minute. So anyway, so that's the menu from Cagney's, and that's what we're having here. So
yes.
But there we go. Cagney's. Yes. What time are you arriving in New York? Alan, I don't remember seeing you here before, so welcome.
Yay.
Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you.
For some reason, I was thinking that said Alex.
Yeah. According to
yes, welcome.
The captain today, he came on, we're going to be picking up our harbor pilot around midnight. So just, not too far from now.
I think they said around 1:20.
Well, about 1:30, we're going to be crossing under the bridge.
I thought that was when we were supposed to be going around the Statue of Liberty.
No, under the bridge.
Okay. And
then sometime around 2-ish, Statue of Liberty, and then right to the dock.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So we're not far, y'all.
No.
And as soon as we're done with dinner here, we'll bring back up balcony cam. Oh, thank you for the thumbs up.
Thank you.
And we can see if we're getting close enough to start seeing some lights.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I know it's definitely cool outside.
It is.
It's a bit brisk in the cabin. We got the door open over there. So anyway, John L says, did you make reservations for them or walk in? At which level do you go to with go to with reservations. John, I'm not sure what you're talking about, so I'll try to make some assumptions. If you're talking about the show, there are no reservations. It is first come, first serve. Okay? No reservations for the shows. If you're talking about dinner, the specialty restaurants you need to make reservations for. If not, it might be unlikely to get into any of the specialty restaurants.
Yeah.
As far as the main dining areas sort of go, what I mean by main dining area is like your Hudson's, your Commodore, your buffet, obviously, your Indulge food court,
and the
local. You don't need to make reservations for any of those. You just show up. Now, on this particular cruise, we've been very vocal and upfront about stuff. The Indulge food hall, we had lots of trouble trying to get there. It took us 4 attempts to be able to get to a table to sit. I mean, 4 different days we went back to try to get in there, and we didn't go right when they opened. And we didn't go right in the middle of the rush. We would go usually towards the end, and finding a table was rough there. Now, again, mind you, the weather's been bad.
It has.
They have a lot of seating on the outside areas.
They do. What I was going to say is the reason that it's so important to get a table instead of a seat at the bar is because if you want, the Indulge Food Hall has several food vignettes. And if you want a sampling from
each of them
or a couple of them, you're going to need to get a table, because if you sit at the bar, they actually do have seating at each of the vignettes, but you can only get the food from that vignette if you were sitting at their bar.
Yeah.
That's why you need to find a seat at a table.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why it's so important to get a seat at a
table. Yeah, because the first day we sat at a bar because it was the only seating left.
Yes, but we wanted to sample food from different places, and we just couldn't get a table.
I suppose we could have had something from that bar and then got up from that bar and then moved to another bar. But
we could have done that.
It would have been a pain in the...
We could have done that.
You know.
Yeah. But exactly, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to carry trays of food all over the place, and
So hopefully that covers the question about reservations.
Yes.
Fantasy Travel by Cherise says, "Thank you. We have 4 shows scheduled. Something called Levity and Rock the Poorhouse. I'll be online for Revolution." Yes.
Nice.
So some of these things happen in the Sid Norman's Poorhouse.
That's the Rock the Poorhouse.
Which is sort of just a club.
Yeah.
Right. And so, like anything else, just go there. Like one night they were doing a tribute to Michael Jackson. But it's those same musicians and singers that do Rumors in the main theater.
Mm-hmm.
So the 3 big shows in the main theater are Rumors, Revolution, and Elements.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And let me tell you, the entertainers in the Poorhouse, Sid Norman's Poorhouse, they are rocking.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
There's always a line to get in that place too.
Yes, there is. Standing room only.
Yeah. Standing room only. Those guys are
fantastic.
Crushing it.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm going to Cagney's as one of my specialties.
Yay.
Can't wait to try it out. Do Cagney's have a garlic bread? I hear they have good garlic bread. I couldn't tell you because what we're eating isn't garlic bread.
I didn't see it on the menu.
I didn't see anything that said garlic bread on the menu.
No, because we probably would have tried it.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it was still good. The bread that we had, I thought had a little bit of a garlic hint to it. I wasn't sure if it was the bread or the butter because I didn't have them separately.
Yeah.
But it was good.
Yeah.
But other than that, no, I didn't see it separately as a line item on the menu.
So we ate at 3 specialty restaurants. And in the end, when we get back, again, Tuesday night at 9 o'clock, right, we'll already be back. So, tomorrow is Monday. It's a fly day for us. And by the time we get back to Tall Man Mobile, for those who are new to the channel, we full-time RV. We call our RV Tall Man Mobile. And until we get back there, it's going to be almost 9 o'clock by the time we get there. Not enough time to set everything back up to have a live broadcast.
No.
So we will be back on Tuesday night to give our final review of everything. But I will just say this because Mulka asked. We only ate at 3 specialty restaurants. We ate at Cagney's, as you see us doing here. We had teppanyaki, which we also sort of did the same thing with teppanyaki. Showed you the full meal at teppanyaki. And we also ate at Anda. Out of those 3, teppanyaki would
Hands
be our
down.
favorite. Okay.
Yeah, of course, we're big teppanyaki fans to begin with, but that food in there was amazing. It was really good.
Cara says enjoyed Prima last week. Can't wait for the Aqua. Oh,
Nice.
she's beautiful.
Yeah, she is. Beautiful ship.
Sorry, anyone who was listening to live stream with earbuds on, don't worry about it. Patricia says could almost smell that soup. Yep.
Yeah.
Like I said, it
It was
wasn't
good.
amazing. It wasn't crappy.
I
To me,
enjoyed it.
it was just in the middle.
I enjoyed
That
it.
was pretty good.
It was good.
As I mentioned before, my wife and I have cruised on 13 NCL cruises, but have never been on the Prima class ship. So I truly appreciate your videos. Now I kind of have an idea of where you're going. Absolutely, especially with watching our deck tours and stuff, because we do it in real time, and we've also not just showing them live, but we also re-released just the deck tours where we superimposed the deck plan with. Well, a red dot follows us around, like GPS following us. So it really makes it nice and easy for you to learn your way around the ship.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the ship is not all that complicated to learn, but there's a couple of things. So
There's
it's
a
not
little
bad.
bit of quirkiness, but
Yep.
it's mostly easy to navigate.
Good to see you, Hickey Nuki.
Happy.
Good evening, all. I hope we are not too late for dinner. No, we're
Just
still
the salads.
yeah, we're just having the appetizers still.
Yeah.
Love the wedge salad. Actually, we had wedge salad for lunch. That's why I
Yes.
didn't have it here at dinner.
Same, and usually wedge salad, once you cut into that thing, it explodes. And Cagney's, I was wanting some steak. I wasn't
Yeah.
wanting to fill up on
Yep.
salad.
Yep,
But
everybody's
I do
welcome,
love a
Mary.
wedge salad.
John's like, sorry, I meant reservations with the shows.
Okay.
While just on the Encore, you can make reservations and get in first, then standby goes last. Yeah, on this ship, there were no
No.
reservations
Yeah, no
for
reservations.
any of the shows. And so it's literally first come, first serve. And
There were lines.
not
Every
that
show.
you could tell, but in the highlight that I played for you guys, there's one 5-6 second clip where we're in the center atrium, and you can see a line that starts from the back end of the center atrium.
Starbucks.
That's standing in front of Starbucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the line to get into the theater to see Rumors.
Yeah.
Okay. It is like that for all the shows.
Every last one of them.
Yeah. And it was crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Now, fortunately for Rumors, the seating was all the way out.
Yes.
So even though there was a long line, we didn't have a problem getting a seat. It was only for Revolution. And I think literally Lisa and I, they opened a half an hour early, which was like 7 o'clock. They opened at 7 o'clock. We got there at 7:01. And I think we got the last 2 chairs.
I think we did too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was crazy.
Yes.
Patricia's like, Cagney's has my plates.
Nice.
We stole them in the middle of the night. Lori says, we've watched a whole bunch of Aqua videos in the past days, including yours, of course. I've yet to see anyone review Le Bistro.
Oh.
Did anyone actually eat in that restaurant? We love their menu. So every time we would walk by, I saw, a few people in there, but it definitely was not as packed as some of the other restaurants. I don't know why.
I'll be honest, I didn't look inside the restaurant, so I couldn't tell you what it looked like inside, but I did see, like Robert said, a few people standing outside waiting to get in.
I always do, because I love the chandelier that they have down there,
Yes,
sort of
the
as an art piece.
It's beautiful, yeah.
So every time we walk by, I look, because that chandelier is right there, and I can see a few people around.
Gotcha.
So I don't, I just don't. We didn't, I guess, have the full package, the full more at sea package. So we only got 3 specialty dinners, included with our cruise. So we only ate at the 3. So we tried the Italian restaurant, teppanyaki, and steak, of course. Probably, honestly, if we'd had a 4th, I probably would have gone to Palomar next.
I think I would have. That would have been my choice.
And then Le Bistro probably 5th.
Really? I was thinking maybe Los Lobos and then Le Bistro.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
We
that's
like
right. I forgot
Mexican
about
food,
that.
too.
Yeah. I just think it's probably lower on the priority list for everybody. Which when you do go in there, if it's something that you're going to do, you will also notice it's one of the smaller restaurants.
It is.
So, yeah.
It is.
Alex says, I didn't skip anything? No, I skipped. Alex says, heads up, Carnival recently made some new announcements about their new ships. and a return to Baltimore and more. Check John
Okay.
Hill's page after the live stream. Yeah, we'll have to do that.
Very nice. Yeah, we are.
What's up, Camp Fam?
We don't follow up on the news as much when we're on the ship as we do when we're at home. So thank you for that.
Yes. I mean, I did, before we got on the ship, we sort of not just teased you, but John teased everybody through his blog that they would be making some announcements about the upcoming name of the new XL ship and some other things. So I guess they've done some of that. So yeah, we'll look into that. Oh, here comes the steaks.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Here comes the meat.
Right.
Yeah. There you go, all. And you can watch that meat mostly disappear.
Yep.
Those are the
good portion of it, at least.
Those are the fries. That's the risotto, and that's the potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah. CamFam says Carnival is going to start going to cruise year round out of Mobile starting in 2027. Oh yeah, there's a close up of that barley risotto. Thank you for the thumbs up.
Thank you.
Oh, maybe I forgot to hold the potatoes up to the camera. I held them up for Lisa. Yeah, I forgot to drool.
Whoopsie.
Yeah. So oddly enough, in Lisa and I, we have different tastes and different things. My steak was actually a little bit overcooked. I didn't say anything. I'm not the kind of person that would send it back unless it was like way overdone. But I ordered.
Look at you can see what that is.
I ordered medium rare. It was probably medium well.
I would go along with
there
that.
There was very, very little pink at all. But it was okay. As far as ribeyes go and flavor, again, middle of the road.
I've definitely had more flavor in steak. It's like they just put a little salt and pepper on this.
Yeah.
It was a really good cut of meat, though. It was very tender.
It was.
Really good cut of meat.
So, like everything else, or most things that we've experienced, wasn't amazing, wasn't crappy, just down the middle.
Yeah.
So, but there you go. So, it was a pretty piece of meat, Shireen. Definitely was.
It really was.
Yep. Here we go. Looks delicious. Yep. Drool. Absolutely. WR only get 2 specialty dinners. Thinking the Bistro and Sukhothai.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's we are not 100% into Thai food,
Mm-hmm.
so that was probably, even though it's the newest thing on this ship, or the newest thing to NCL. Of course, it's only on the ship. But I didn't want to blow one of our specialty dinings on that, because it's just not our speed typically.
Yeah.
So Bev says, right, Alex? No surprise with the names, Festival and Tropical. Ooh, okay. So she's
Thank you for that, because I was a little curious and I wasn't sure I wanted to ask.
Yeah. So they've decided to
Festival and Tropical.
bring back the names just like they have with the other ships.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Whatever happened to Smell-O-Vision? I know, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because I tell you, if you were smelling it
needed
right now, oh.
Yeah.
was-
Smell-O-Vision would be good.
Yes. Let's see. I had in the right little bowl there, I had chimichurri sauce, and the left one, which I just dipped in, was like steak sauce. So I got a couple different sauces to choose from. And I think I alternated.
And I had a nice chunk of butter on mine that I was rubbing the pieces of meat in.
Wasn't it like it wasn't just straight up butter? It was
no, it was like a garlic butter.
Yep.
I think. Hang on, I have the menu.
Yeah, we can look.
I can look and see what it says.
Going to have a double-decker water park with family water slides. Wow. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to check that out. It seems like they're stepping up their game a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lori says, I love Lisa rubbing butter on her steak. Girl after my own heart.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's too funny. Let's see. It's got to be here somewhere.
Sauces. Here.
Sauces.
Give it to me.
Yeah.
You're too high.
Am I too high?
Yes, they're right there.
Okay.
Béarnaise, green peppercorn, chimichurri, port wine jus, steak sauce, and maitre d' de butter.
So there you go. I don't know what's in it.
Maitre d' butter.
But it
Yeah.
was good. Thank you for the thumbs up. I think there was a couple more. Thank you.
Yeah. Now I know on this screen it doesn't have it, but I know there's a lot of people just coming in. When as soon as we're done with this cruise, we're back home for a few days, and then we're getting on the World America,
Yes.
which is their inaugural, and
MSC.
on MSC, and during that cruise, we're going to be giving away a cruise ship.
Mhm.
Do not leave this stream. We'll tell you about it as soon as dinner's done. Okay, we're giving away a cruise ship. You guys are going to want to hear that. Anyway, Fantasy by Travel says, I'll be eating in. Oh, excuse me, everybody. I'll be eating at Le Bistro on Tuesday.
Oh, very
I'll
nice.
let you know how it is. Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Yes, very nice.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and if you want, if you're not, and we put it up there, but you can go on to our Facebook group and post pictures there if you want. Facebook, right? Just search Tall Man's Cruise Adventures and you'll find us.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. Thank you so much.
That steak looks about perfect to me. Tomato. Like I said, it wasn't like, oh my God, I have to send it back. Like last night, and I don't think I told you, or maybe we did.
I don't think we said anything last night.
I had the sirloin last night
in the main
dining room,
Mhm.
and it was like red raw, like it hadn't been cooked, and
it was just brown.
And the table next to us, they had some problems too.
Yeah,
and so we told the waiter and all that stuff, and I was so full anyway. I ate around the edges and a couple pieces. I'm like, wait, it's all good. It's good. It's fine. But that was like red raw.
Yeah.
This was just overdone, but I had some sauces to moisten it back up for me. And so it was okay. I hate sending meat back because they don't, it's going to get thrown away.
It does. It gets thrown away and they kick a new piece.
Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just eat it. It's okay. But it definitely was overdone and not as flavorful as other ribeyes we've had before. So, but anyway, yep, they're getting rid of the bolt for they're what?
No,
This coming from the guy that like doesn't like bolt, but what?
I know. I love Bolt.
That's
that was
like
awesome.
Hasn't that won awards like the past 2 years?
I think it has.
And they're getting rid of it
Wow.
for a double-decker water park.
Wow.
That better be some freaking water park.
Right? I'm telling you, man.
Okay, whatever. All right. Mocha. In specialty restaurants, can you get lemonade if you don't have the drink package? Yep,
Yes.
absolutely. You can see me drinking lemonade right there, Mocha.
And I have iced tea.
Yep.
Mhm.
You can't see the iced tea though; it's behind your fries.
Oh, I just picked it up.
Oh,
That's
did
why
you?
I said, yeah,
Oh, there it
see?
is. There it is.
Yeah.
Yep. Iced tea and lemonade we were able to get everywhere.
Yes.
In-
Without any
in
problems.
In any restaurant, yeah, without problems.
Yes.
And the funny thing is, and some cruise lines, that's not the case.
That's very true. Carnival's one of them.
Yep. Silver reflection.
Yep.
We had the same issue.
Yep.
Like, so.
Yeah, a lot of main dining rooms don't have that, but all of the specialty restaurants that we ate in all of the main dining rooms, they
Yep.
all had both lemonade and iced tea.
Yep. Chris says, surprised to hear the so-so review of Cagney's. Others have raved about how good it is. Chris, look, you've been around our channel long enough that we're not going to sugarcoat stuff. I don't have a filter. So if I don't like something, I'm going to tell you I don't like something. I'm not going to tell you I like it just because it's there. It was a great meal. I'm sorry. It was a good meal. It just wasn't a great meal, if that makes sense. We've had better meals and we've had worse meals. And so it was just mediocre. Now, that's what we had.
Mhm.
That was our experience. If somebody else was out there and had something different on the menu or a different night or whatever, their experience could have been completely different. And that's what I find so interesting about cruising is everybody's experience is going to be different because from 1 minute to the next, something can change.
Yeah.
Just like last night in the main dining room, our 2 tables, we got steaks at the same time. They were not cooked properly. Where just a few tables over there, they had gotten steaks and they were cooked fine.
Yeah.
Right. So it's very strange.
And not only that, but everybody's palates are different.
Yes.
You know, like we were talking about with the Caesar salad. Robert thought it was the best Caesar salad or one of the best he's
that
ever
we've had in a while, yeah.
or at least in a while. And I thought there was just way too much of the grated cheese in there. It's like every bite was gritty to me. So, I mean, everybody has a different palate.
Yeah. But I can tell you straight up, you know, the steak I had, the tomahawk on Virgin was light years better than that right there.
Gotcha.
Right. The steak I had in on Carnival and there in Fahrenheit 555 was better than that one.
Oh.
And honestly, I can tell you the steak I had on Royal in their steakhouse was better than that one.
Okay.
Then we're putting that one.
Okay. See, but that again could be partly because it was cooked a little bit more done than you liked.
A little bit, but some of it was also flavor.
Yeah,
There-
that is true.
there just was no flavor.
That's very true. It was just a minimum of salt and pepper on there. There was no added anything else.
If that.
Yeah. But it was a really good cut of meat. Yeah.
I'm with you, man. I'm also follically challenged, bald god. Amen, brother.
Welcome.
Yay! Surprised they didn't offer horseradish sauce with the steak. We read you what they had, and I don't think horseradish was one of them. No.
No, it wasn't on the list.
The Camp Fam says, yeah, going to have 5 different water slides. Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Fantastic.
Wow, okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. I can't wait to see some drawings of that.
Same.
What dining space doesn't have lemonade and tea on Carnival?
The
Teppanyaki.
teppanyaki does not
You
have
can't-
either.
You can't get any of that there.
I can get green tea, but they don't have iced tea.
Iced tea or lemonade, yeah.
Yeah.
We've always been able to get it. Well, then you haven't had teppanyaki. No steakarita with egg tip on the drink menu with meatballs tonight? Nope. No meateriga.
Meat garita.
Meat garita. Yeah.
Yeah,
Meat
meat
garita.
garita.
No meat garitas tonight. Oh, God, that just doesn't sound right.
That's hilarious.
A meat garita.
Oh,
Bloody
my
balls.
goodness.
Oh, man. So tomorrow, not to get too far ahead, but we have the last exiting time here on the ship.
Yes.
So we are praying we're going to be able to get into some more cabins before we get pushed off the ship tomorrow. So
Yes.
I was a little disappointed that we were only to video 9, which of course is way more than anybody else gets. But we've been getting about 15 to 20. So on our list, we're ready to go tackle some more cabins tomorrow. So hopefully we'll have those as well.
Yes. So you guys keep your fingers crossed for us that we'll be able to get some more cabins.
Bev says Festival to have a music theme, and I think it's Port of and it's going to be out of Port Canaveral. Mardi Gras will then go to short cruises. Oh, interesting. Yeah, they got to try to keep up with the Utopia. Yep. Orange Cone Vlog. Welcome. I haven't seen you here before, I don't think.
Welcome. Yay.
Actually, maybe before. I don't know. Anyway, welcome one way or the other.
Yes.
Well, knowing NCL's purveyor in the States are phenomenal, but since it's originated in the UK, that could be a factor.
That's
Absolutely.
true, too. We've talked about that many times, especially with the bacon.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure what they've been serving, but it's not bacon.
It's not bacon.
Not bacon. Yep.
But they are serving it every day, whatever it is.
Yeah. I wonder if that part of the problem was that they were European source steaks. Yeah. Again, it
The
was
steak
was a
good
decent
of
cut.
meat.
It wasn't tough, but ribeyes have inherently a natural flavor to it because of the marbling in there. Just didn't have any of that. It almost, and we've talked about this before. Like the first night in the main dining, I had not the first night, but one of the first couple of nights, I had a sirloin steak, which is their normal thing. It came out. It was sort of,
I think it was New York strip.
yeah.
Wasn't it strip?
No, it's in New York.
Was
We
it
can look on the menu.
Yeah, New York strip.
Anyway, it almost tastes like a filet to me. It was very. It wasn't tough. It was very easy to chew. It was really thick.
Yeah, it was.
Of course, the one I had last night was exactly the same way, outside of it not being cooked correctly, so I know it wasn't. But it was a really good cut of meat. This one, it was a really good cut of meat, but not marbled in the flavoring typically that we're used to with a ribeye. I think in the States. And again, that could be some of it. This is why, even when we give our final reviews, it's about the experience we had in the moments that we were on the ship.
Yeah.
Now, we're also on the inaugural of this in Maiden Voyage. And to some of your points here, the food, at least, if not all of it, was sourced in the UK.
Yes.
Once it gets to America, it's going to be loaded up with food from the US. Like for ketchup, if you're a ketchup aficionado, the ketchup that's on board so far been from Europe. It's a little more stiff than Heinz 57, which is what typically would be on board, right? Or in a lot of things. I pray to God their orange juice or their orange nectarine turns into something remotely close to orange juice. But yeah, so but when you guys all get on and they restock, your experiences could be slightly different.
Yeah.
And so that's why we say everything with an asterisk. This is our opinion. This is what happened to us. This is how we feel about our time. Whether y'all have the same experience, we just don't know. We just like to give a heads up about certain things. All right. So
absolutely.
And in this case, that meal was not exceptional. It was a good meal.
It was a good meal.
It just wasn't a great meal. What did we say? We felt that was a good $30 meal, not a good $60 meal.
Yeah.
Right? And service too was, like they didn't even, as you, I don't know if you'll notice or not, but at the end they never even asked her if she wanted coffee. Typically in the higher end restaurants,
yeah.
even in the main dining room, you finish your dinner and the waiter comes by, before you bring in dessert, would you like to have a coffee?
Coffee or tea? Yeah.
No, they didn't even ask.
Nothing.
Nope. Nope, not at all.
Nope.
So anyway, High Orange Cone, great minds think alike. Thank you. In the States, the purveyor is Chicago-based Meats by Lentz. There you go. All right. Please try to get into 9234. Curious what's below our balcony. We will do our best. Getting specific cabin numbers are very tough. Like right now, we try to get this suite, this kind of suite, or this kind of cabin, or accessible cabins. We've already gotten an accessible balcony, but we have not seen an accessible ocean view or inside cabin. Or actually, we haven't seen any ocean views. Every cabin on deck 5 was closed by the time we got down there. So we're going to try to at least get a couple of those. And so we have cabin types that we have to try to get first. And if there's enough time to try to get into 9234, we will absolutely do our best, Lori. Okay. Chris says, question: if you have booked a suite that's not the Haven, do you get twice daily service? That's we can try to get an answer for you, Chris, tonight on that. I can tell you we're not a suite in or out of the Haven. We're just a regular balcony cabin, and we had service once a day, at least in our cabin. But we'll see if the non-Haven suites get more than one daily service. That's an easy number to remember. Yeah, right. 9234. Easy for you to say. I'm old. Hopefully better bacon to come. John, I am 1,000,000% sure it's going to be normal bacon starting the next cruise.
I would agree.
Without a doubt. There's been a couple of people that have come on this week that have been on other NCL ships in the past week that had normal bacon. So it's just as Hickey Nuki and the Orange Cone Vlog were suggesting. It's just what they were able to get out of the UK. Right?
Yes.
So anyway.
Yep. It's not the first time we've seen that.
Yeah, we agree that in general the price points for NCL specialty dining is about 30% too high. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, though I will say the $60 we paid for. Not that we paid because it was part of the package, more at sea, but the $60 for teppanyaki I felt was completely worth it.
With the amount of food that they gave you, and it was so good. Yeah. That would not. I would not be hesitant to pay that for the teppanyaki. For Cagney's, I probably wouldn't want to pay it again.
No, I wouldn't pay that. No. Chris says, based on what I've seen from the Aqua, it looks like a great ship. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful.
It's a beautiful ship.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Yep.
Really. Bev says $72. Don't forget the $20. Yeah, don't forget the gratuity that gets thrown on there. Yeah.
That's true too.
So of course the $60 part of it was covered in our package, but we'll have to pay the tips. So
Yes.
Yeah. So that's coming. I'm sure we'll see it on there. Interestingly enough, with the app, their app sucks. I'm just there's no way around it. It's a piece of their app really is. So all the rest of the apps that we've used for the other cruise lines on a daily basis, when there's daily activities, as you're going through, first of all, you can see all the days ahead and you can see all the days past. So when you're looking, you're like, oh, on Thursday at 10 o'clock, I want to go do that. Mm-hmm. If you hit go, boom, it now puts it into your sort of calendar.
Yep. Or a little heart or a check mark. There's different things on there, but they have all allowed us to put it in a planner for your day.
Right. But in the end, that then would send you an alert, typically 30 minutes before that event happens. So this app doesn't do any of that.
You cannot select something and put it aside so that you remember that you wanted to go do that.
Yeah.
Their list of daily activities is downloaded into the app each day, only that day.
Yep.
And it's downloaded as like a PDF. So there's no interaction with it. You can view it, but you can't, like touch it. It's not a hyperlink that'll throw it into a calendar for your reference. So you don't have that option.
However, you can know right down to the second every single place you ate at.
You can. That is what they put in your planner. So you know where you ate, not where you're going to eat or what you want to watch, what kind of activities you want to do. None of that's in there.
Here, I know we have it on the dinner, and I can't change that, and I don't want to change it because we're close to finishing here. But I'll unmirror this. Okay. Plans. So if down here is a plans button. When you click plans, of course, you know what? It's not going to show mine because it should show.
It should show yours.
Because I'm on the Wi-Fi, but I'm not on the internet because the internet's here. Pull up yours. Mine's literally not loading. We only bought our Gig Sky for 7 days, so plans, bottom right corner.
Bottom right
there corner.
There we go. Thank you. Yeah, no, I have the Wheel of Death
Yeah,
too.
Okay. If it loads, we'll show you. Anyway, it only shows every place that we ate down to the second when we checked in for the past 10 days. Won't allow you to, which I just find it weird, but that's okay. Whatever. Chris says, I have to say, just the optics from the end, your dinner looks good. Yeah, it was good presentation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sal was good. The French onion soup, again, middle of the road, again, wasn't bad. Just wasn't amazing, right? Same thing with the steak. Don't take my comments wrong, guys. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't amazing. It was a good meal. It just wasn't worth $60. Like if I was on land and I went to Fleming's and paid $60 and got that steak, I would have had the maitre d' at my table because that was not a $60 meal. That was a decent $30 meal, right? So, and that's all my point was. It just wasn't phenomenal. It was a good meal. Okay, so just don't blow it out of proportion.
It was good. We enjoyed it.
Absolutely. It just wasn't. Whoa! It's not replacing, the Virgin's steak. It's just not doing that.
We didn't float out of the dining room going,
yeah, right. It wasn't the better than sex meal. It was just a good meal. Okay, going on the Encore in November for the Helping Hands for Cruising Rick and Roll Tribute Cruise. Nice. Looking forward to it since we were on it in August of 2024 in Alaska. Awesome. Enjoy that.
Nice. Yeah.
Malka, you guys look like you're done with the cruise. Were you all bored at all?
No.
We the longer the cruise, the better. And the more sea days, I'm not
We
going to say
love
the
the
better,
sea
but
days.
we love sea days.
Yeah.
This is the first cruise we've ever taken that it was nothing but sea days. Because normally we'll, like even on the normal transatlantics that we've done before, we'd have like 2 or 3 stops or 3 or 4 stops, and then the 5 or 6 sea days. And so normally it's a couple of stops, the 5 sea days, and then Nova Scotia, like Canada, and then our final day at sea, and then our final stop. And so it was a nice break in the middle for relaxation.
I think what we're done with is we're done with the bad weather.
Yeah.
That's what we're done with. It's like, we got this nice balcony and we've been able to enjoy it one day.
Yeah.
Every other time it's literally the whole balcony is wet, but it's not rain. It's ocean
salt.
spray. It's salt.
Yeah.
And in the highlight video, Robert showed the railing of the balcony, and you can see the salt crystals that are on the railing.
Yeah.
And so you can't even go out there even if you wanted to, because it's all wet.
I've never been on a deck 12 of a ship with a balcony that everything was covered in salt.
Yeah. And it's not rain, it's not fresh water. It is salt water. It's ocean spray.
And I'm talking to the door.
Yeah.
Not just the rail. That's how hard the winds have been blowing and stuff. So
yeah,
it's been a crazy cruise.
It has. It
So,
has.
Yeah. So, but not some of it, like one of the videos I put, bored. I made a video called Bored, and it by design there are things to do on the ship. I would say there are not as many things to do on the ship as I would have expected.
I totally agree.
But there were things to do. To stay inside, right? So, just so a boring day is not a bad day when it's a sea day. Just relax and rejuvenate the batteries, and maybe watch a movie if you want in your room. But it's just it's not a bad thing to have a sea day.
No,
right?
No.
Or several of them.
We do like the sea days.
Chris is like, I don't know why, but I like twice daily service for my room. I know Celebrity, Holland, Disney, it's standard. Yes, it is. Juniors. Royal Junior Suite and above, it's standard as well. It's also standard on MSC, yacht club or not yacht club, twice a day service. Yeah. So and I understand, right? So but it's we sort of jump back to like hotels. You don't get twice a day service in a hotel.
No.
So it's not a big deal for us. I mean, it loaded, by the way, finally.
Oh, yay.
Here, let me pull that back up here. It only took 27 minutes.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so you can see there on the first day, Hasuki, is it focusing in? Yeah, it might be getting too close. Anyway, it gives us the time, right? So this is under what's called plans. The only plans are where we ate every day. Right down to the minute you checked in. Anyway, so maybe we'll show that a little bit more when we get back to full screen.
Yeah, it'd be nice,
After
if
dessert.
you had, something about what you wanted to do for the day under plans.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah. Fleming's or Ruth Chris usually run me $250 for 2 people. Right. Well, I was, remember, with $60 per person, plus your tip, and we don't drink, so we don't factor drinks in. So, that meal that you're looking at there that we had here is about $145, not including cocktails. Okay. Because that would be the 60 plus the tip. So I promise you that's nowhere as close to a $140 meal, $150 meal. Not remotely close. But to your point, Chris, and again, Fleming's with Chris, right? You add some cocktails, some different desserts and things. So of course I would also say the service was not Fleming's or Ruth Chris either.
No, it wasn't.
So they were great.
Wasn't.
They were nice. I mean, the maitre d' came over, the waiter, it's just, I don't know. You'd have to experience it to understand. Once again, we're not talking down about it. It wasn't miserable. It just wasn't phenomenal. Okay? So if you're going to spend $140, I would expect phenomenal. That's all I'm trying to say. It was good, just not phenomenal. going to feel good stepping on land. Yeah, it will. Like I said, we always have mixed emotions, but for us, we always. By that way, that light's very heavy.
It is very heavy. They had the same little lamps in Onda as well.
So always mixed emotions with us when a cruise is ending, but we already have another one booked, which leaves in like 5 days or 6 days. And so we have something else to look forward to already. These are working cruises for us. They're not vacations. They're workations. That's what we call them, workations or workations. So we spend a lot of time working, but we do spend time vacationing a little bit too. Not much, but a little bit. But we still look forward to it. And after the next one, we have the next one. And so, because we're cruising, 10, 11, 12 times a year, something like that. So we always have something to look forward to. But I do know a lot of people out there, they're just cruising once a year.
Yes.
And some, it's once every couple of years. We have a lot of people that haven't cruised since before the pandemic.
Yes.
That are joining us on our group cruise.
Yes.
Right. So we feel very blessed that we've been able to have the schedule that we've had and make the money that we made to be able to do this, because the cruise lines aren't paying for this, y'all. Right. We're not travel agents. We're not getting free stuff. Right.
We're not even getting discounts.
No, we ain't getting nothing. This hard-earned cash out of Robert and Lisa's pocket. That's why we ask you always to subscribe to the channel and watch the videos, because that's what helps promote the channel. And more people watch, and that, then we get another penny.
Yeah, exactly.
But all the
Every
pennies
count.
begin to add up.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why we always ask it. So thank you for those who have and who have hit that thumbs up button.
Thank you.
Yeah. So again, it's always mixed emotions.
Oh, there's the dessert. Look at your little pie.
Look at my pie. I got a little baby pie.
I don't know if we actually. I don't remember pulling the desserts up to the camera. I don't think we did.
No.
It was so cute though. It's just a miniature pie.
Yeah. It's a mini pie.
Mini pie.
Mini pie.
As opposed to mini pearl.
Mini pearl. Yeah. I destroy this pie. I did get rid of some of the crust.
I could only eat about half that cheesecake though. It was very filling. It's really thick. It was like this thick.
Yeah. Hickey Nuki's like, that comes in handy if you need extra salt on your room service eggs late at night. Yeah, I just go outside and just go across the balcony. And every time we go out, like when I'm done and go out to get the balcony camera that's out there, my hands are crusted.
Yes.
We're literally about to take the stand, which we've left out there for 10 days, and stick it in the shower and just wash it.
Yeah.
Because it's coated.
It is.
It might be forever lost. I don't know. Yeah. Mike Anderson says, thanks for all the info and opinions you have shared. I will be boarding Aqua May 3rd. Awesome, Mike. Nice. Let us know again in the Facebook group. Yeah, all of you guys that are part of the Facebook group, after you've sailed, let us know how you felt, if it aligns with our opinions and how we felt about things, or if it was different.
Or if something has changed. Yeah. Because things do change from the inaugurals.
Let us know if the bacon got better.
Yes.
Right? Right? So, yeah, look, our opinion is not the definitive answer on the ship. No. It's just our opinion, right? And so...
our experiences.
And our experiences. And we pray when it comes to some of the things that I feel are off, we feel that they change or get better.
Yes.
We said that a lot with the Carnival celebration. There was a bunch of crap wrong with the Carnival celebration when we were sailing over.
Oh my goodness, yes.
And we're like, God, I pray it got better. We went back a week later, and I would say probably a third of those things from the first cruise were better already. And then we went back 4 months later for our daughter's wedding, and the rest of the stuff had been fixed, right? Mm-hmm. So it was like, okay, right, they're going to get better at stuff.
Yeah.
It's their first cruise too.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first time all of these crew members have ever worked together as a group. Even though they've all probably been sailing with NCL for years, it's the first time they've been a cohesive family and a crew. That in itself takes time. Also, anytime there's new systems to be implemented, it comes out on the brand new ships. Mm-hmm. So they're also using new technology and new processes that they've never used before. That takes time. Doors that don't open when you walk up to them, that takes time to dial in and fix. And so, or the elevator's door is closing too darn fast. I'm quite sure they'll start dialing these things in. So
absolutely.
Yep. Cagney's versus Yacht Club Restaurant Steakhouse. How would you compare that? Yacht Club, 10-1. Just,
Did you really have to ask?
yeah, it's
Didn't you already know the answer?
yeah. But again, if you noticed when I wasn't talking about the Yacht Club before, I was talking about virgin steak. That so far is the best steak I've ever had at sea.
Yeah, I tend to agree.
Is in the Virgin Voyages Steakhouse.
Yeah.
And I paid a little extra for their tomahawk because I wanted to try their big bad boy, 40 freaking ounces or whatever it was.
$40. It was $1 an ounce.
Yeah. Just amazing.
Yeah.
Marbled flavoring, just the whole, just seasoned to perfection, cooked amazing and perfect. That takes the cake. That's the best steak I've ever had at sea.
Yeah.
And then it would be the Yacht Club after that.
Yep. Yeah.
So haven't cruised since 2011. Can't wait. See, right? So it's different for everybody.
Yes.
I cruise 4 times a year and look forward to each one. Exactly. Right. So everybody's a little different. I know Chris, he also cruises several times a year. And so, but what's nice is when you're done with one, yes, you're sad, it's over. But you have that next one, of course, to look forward to, which is typically also why it's nice when you're on a ship. And you've liked that ship. Like Chris, he cruises a lot with Royal. I don't know who you cruise with, Kara, a lot. But you book your next one while you're on board.
Yeah.
Because it keeps the excitement rolling, even though it's ending. And, you got to go through debarkation the next day, which is usually stressful because you got to get up early and leave the cabin and all that stuff. But you're like, but I booked another cruise.
And not only that, I booked it on board, so I got on board credit.
No. Anyway. So,
Yes.
yeah. I get what you mean. Not worth $140 for the experience, but surely better than main dining room food.
Oh, without
Yes,
a doubt.
Without a doubt.
Holy cow. Yes, without a doubt.
Yes, without a doubt.
Yeah.
It's like, gotcha.
Filming Tom and Scott.
Sorry.
Well, I guess dinner's over.
Yeah, hopefully that didn't scare anybody.
That was loud.
All right, I'm going to spin the camera to the front.
And let's see if we can
And
see
let's see if we
any
can see any
lights.
lights. Because it was looking back towards the back of the ship. Still spinning. There we go. Nope, but I see a glow up there, which means we're getting close.
Yeah, I don't remember
See the
seeing
different
that
color?
before. Yeah.
We'll just leave it facing forward a little bit.
Okay, sounds good.
So yeah, we're getting close.
So is this
Hi, Irene.
Is this a good time for this?
Sure. Our coffee drinks in Hudson's covered by the Starbucks package. This is for Kevin. No, they are not. The main dining rooms have their own brand coffee that they sell. Starbucks is not included. Is there an elevator for the spa? The answer is yes.
That's for Mocha.
Yep, that's for Mocha. You go to deck 16 and they'll get you in there.
In the entrance, yes.
And we never found strawberry soft serve.
No. And I believe I was supposed to have talked about those yesterday, but we had our guest over and
We were talking about bloody balls.
Boy, our conversations yesterday.
It was a fun day. It was a great show.
So I wanted to make sure I got those in for you because I know you guys have been waiting for those answers.
Kathy says, thank you so much for making us feel like we were with you on board this beautiful boat. You're welcome.
Our pleasure.
We would love to do that in all the ships.
Yeah.
Make sure you join us for the next one.
Yes.
Going to be on the World America.
In a few days.
Okay. So speaking of which, I've promised all of that. So over there, here we're going back to full screen for just a second.
Okay.
Right there. We're giving away a cruise ship. Okay. So, thank you for the thumbs up.
Oh, thank you.
So, from the 12th to the 19th, so like literally in 6 days, we are going to be on the MSC World America. And it is also a brand new ship, and it's going to be its inaugural / maiden voyage, its first cruise. And we're going to be on board to commemorate this event. We, Lisa and I, have hired a Lego brick type artisan, if you will, to design us a 1:400 scale replica model of the MSC World America. Now, so you know, it's big.
It's pretty big.
I mean, it's not going to take a whole room. It's not like 27 feet. But, it's probably going to be about 33, 34 inches, right? By about, 10, 11 inches. It's good size.
Decent size, yeah.
Good size. Replica, right? Again, reference, Lego sells a Titanic replica right now. Right now. Go Lego.com, Titanic, $660. Okay. So the value of what we're giving away is very, very high, probably somewhere between $750 to $1,000, because unlike the Titanic Lego, where there's 10,000 plus of these been sold, there's only going to be 2, maybe a couple more, but just a couple, limited edition. So the value is going to be kind of high.
Yes.
Now, also, let me tell you, no sponsors. Nobody paid us. Nobody's given us a dime, right? So no Lego sponsorship, no sponsorship from MSC. I told you a couple minutes ago, nobody pays us anything. It's all out of Robert and Lisa's pocket. But we wanted to commemorate this, and I've loved Legos my entire life, and so I wanted to do this, and so I've commissioned this person. Now, it's not going to come together. You're going to have to build it, but it will have detailed instructions, piece by piece, of how to put it together, okay? And so we're going to give it away. Now, how do you register? How do you potentially be the winner of this amazing prize? It's very simple. We're going to give it away live to someone watching the live streams. So there's no pre-registration. There's nothing that you technically have to do, though we would really like it if you hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up. You don't have to. You don't have to. But so we have a little piece of software that we got. It's called Raffly. And during one of those live shows, sometime between the 12th and the 19th, somewhere within the first 30-ish minutes of the show, we are going to pick one of the shows. I'm not going to tell you which one. And we're going to do that giveaway.
We're going to hit that little spin the wheel button on Raffly and watch it work.
And somebody is going to win this $700-ish to $1,000-ish Lego replica of the World America. So there you go. That's what all of that is about. And, we pray to see you and 1,000 other people watching us, because that would be a great prize for someone. So for the moment, there's going to be 2 of them. I'm going to get one, and then we're going to give one away. Yes. But if I get a bunch of emails that if you didn't win and you really wanted one, we may think about having put together the blocks. Like here they are in a bag, right? With the instructions. Maybe another, I don't know, maybe up to 50 or something. Just a small amount.
Limited edition.
Very limited edition. But.
Yeah.
Speaking of email, we have a group cruise coming up too. Let's get that out of the way.
Yeah, we sure do.
215 days from now. See that right there? Group cruise.
Yeah.
Right here. You know what? I'll play. Here's the info on the cruise.
Come join us November 8th, 2025.
There'll be meet and greets.
Parties.
Pineapples.
Ducks. And of course, the live shows.
Don't miss our first ever group cruise. We'll see you on the horizon. There you go, everybody. 8-day cruise on the Carnival Horizon. It's doing a southern itinerary, Bonaire, ABC, Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao. All right. The reason why I said send me an email is we're not agents. We didn't put this group together to make bookings off you guys, make money. We just want to hang out with the Tall Man Clan. And so, but we do have an agent that put this together. So you send me an email. I will forward to you Kathy's information. Kathy is the agent that's put this together for us. People that we've used for nearly 20 years. So they're going to give you a fair shake. But you do have to book into the group cruise to be part of the group functions. And we are going to be having multiple events on the ship. So you definitely want to book into the group. So just send us an email. Just entitle it, I want to go on the group cruise. And we'll take care of that for you guys. So there you go. All right, back to questions.
All right.
John also says, thanks again for all you do. You are both knowledgeable and entertaining. Your show is amazing with a great format. Thank you so much, John. We appreciate that. We try to keep it moving, right? There's people that just want to watch the content and then they go away, and then there's people that hang out for a lot of the Q&A and all that stuff too. So,
Yeah.
Because you just never know where things are going to go. Because before you know it, we're talking about bloody balls. Oh, God. That's not what that really sounds like, by the way. Wasn't going to get on because I knew I'd get stuck in and not go to bed. LOL. Some people have to go to work in the AM. I understand completely.
Yes, we do.
Oddly enough, I mean, we don't have to get to work, but we got to get up at 5 o'clock. Got to go have breakfast, get out of the room, get ready to try to video, and then get off the ship and go to the airport flight. So it's going to be another 18-ish, 19-hour day for us because we won't get home until tomorrow night until right around 9 o'clock. So it may not be work, but it's still a long day.
Yeah.
So we understand. LOL, Irene, we get a few nights break before World America. Absolutely.
Yes.
Get to sleep in. Mama Tallman says, my dog is pleading with me to go to bed. I keep telling him just a few more minutes. Tell Zach to behave himself.
Yeah.
Irene says, the struggle is real. Hey, look who it is. So will it help to comment more? I'm not going to put any more, but no, it will not.
No.
It will not. That's great, Danny.
But you can always comment. We love the comments.
Yeah, we do. No, it won't matter how many times you comment. It's literally just going to pick a person. We'll go over the details when that moment arises. Okay. I'm looking forward to World America. That might be the ship I dip my toe in for MSC. I have to say.
We're looking forward to it.
I like the dinner tonight as you streamed. More things like that is a plus. Yeah, we'll do that. The funny thing is, on almost every cruise we do, we video one dinner like that. We just don't put it in the background. We've kept it for some reason.
I think we decided because we were having so much problems with balcony cam, salty cam, that we tried to do something different in the background. And
yep.
Yeah.
So everybody grab your snacks.
Oh.
By the way, these are not the big cookies. These are medium-sized cookies. The big cookie's stuck in the, we can't get to it. So anyway, all right, got to put on some, where is it?
Snack time.
Snack time music. I've lost my snack time music. Snack time music. Everybody grab your snack. Do it. All right, what did everybody have for snack? Leave it in the chat. We want to know what y'all had for snack.
We had chocolate chip cookies.
Yes. These were not the big good cookies. These are middle of the road. The first set of cookies we had were like really, really tiny. They were like almost bite size.
Yeah.
There was an oatmeal raisin and there was another kind. I forget what they were.
Some kind of chocolate something or other.
They were not good.
No.
And then a couple days later, we saw these. I mean, they were huge cookies. Literally the size of my face. Huge. They were amazing.
Yeah, they were good.
Tonight, these are sort of middle of the road. Not bad, not great. Again, middle of the road. Anyway, so we had chocolate chip cookies.
Yes.
Lori wants to know, Aqua in April. Awesome. It'll be your second cruise period. Awesome.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Both of them were NCL. We have another in August from New York, Boston, and Canada. Excellent. Going north is kind of nice.
Yeah.
But we're hoping to book an Alaska cruise in August of 2026. Any suggestions for great cruises / cruise lines?
Oh my.
Alaska, when I don't know if things have changed. It's been a little while since we've been travel agents. I don't know, 10 years or
15.
so. 15
It's
years.
been more than 10.
But Holland and Princess have both had their feet in Alaska way longer than anybody else.
Yeah.
They have a lot of infrastructure there,
Mm-hmm.
railroads,
Yep.
their own cars, their own hotels.
Yep.
So you can't go wrong with either Princess or Holland in Alaska. That being said, if you've only cruised with NCL and you like what NCL delivers and you like the vibe on their ships, stick with NCL.
Yeah.
Right? You'll
They
have that
cruises that go
same
there too.
vibe, right?
Yes.
It's just going to be somewhere else. We are going on a Holland America ship in 2026 in May.
Mm-hmm.
It is a 14-day, but it's a unique 14-day itinerary. It's not 7 days up and 7 days back. It's a unique 14-day itinerary. Excuse me. It's early in May. Join us if you can do 14 days. Come on. Let's go have some fun, Maury.
On the New Amsterdam.
Yep. Holland, New Amsterdam. Look it up. Mulka says, my last cruise was on the Breakaway last September. We went to Canada and Boston cruise. Well, thank you for the thumbs up. We got Cagney's then. It was outstanding. Got surf and turf, and he got the lamb chops.
Nice.
Your meal looked dumbed down a lot. So there you go. And it could be the absolute result of transatlantic.
It very well could be.
This is what they were able to provision their ship with.
Mm-hmm.
And here we go. Right?
Yeah.
And so that's why our opinions and reviews, big asterisk. Inaugural cruise from Europe to America. Now the ships that it's here in America, the food provisioning will be different.
Yes.
Flavors are going to slightly change because
Yes.
the qualities of the food are going to change.
Yes.
It is what it is. So now, if you get on the ship and you go into Cagney's and you see that same meal that I had and you want to call it dumbed down, whatever you want to call it, whatever, maybe they're changing and they're dumbing it down a little. I don't know. We can only tell you what we've experienced.
Yes.
Our last NCL was 2019. Yeah, 2019.
Yeah.
And never eaten at any of their specialty restaurants. In fact, prior to this channel, we've never eaten at any specialty restaurants.
No.
We're cheap.
We are.
We think the meals that we get in the main dining room should be sufficient.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately enough, that's why we stopped cruising NCL, because they just started or sort of got into their freestyle cruising promotion. So they had speaking of dumbing down, they had dumbed down the quality of the food in the main dining room to push you to have that same quality, you'd have to go to a specialty restaurant. And we're like, that's a bunch of horse. It just is. So they're just.
But now everybody does that.
Yeah. Well, that's not true. I mean, most main dining room meals are still pretty good. There's some that aren't, but most of them are. Anyway, so hope you have safe travels tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Irene. Thank you.
Darn. Thanks, Danny. Cookies. Safe travels, my friend. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that.
Cookies.
No, we're on JetBlue. Talk to the pilot, not us. We're just along for the ride. Yeah, so flying out 4:30 flight. Yeah, so it's that's the other thing that sucks. We don't leave till 4:30, but some of that's by design, some of it not. We booked our airfare through NCL. So in this case, with all the things that happen with this cruise, with the lengthening, with the changing from Boston to JFK and different days and all that stuff, we actually we didn't have to do anything.
Nothing.
This is the first time we ended up on the nice side of things.
Yes.
Normally, we would always book our own airfare, our own transportation, all of that stuff. But at the time we booked this, they were running a buy one, get one free promotion. And it literally was cheaper to get the cruise line airfare and transfers than it was to go outside. Normally it is not. Now there's some safety in getting the cruise line's airfare and transfers because you're on their time. They know exactly where you are at all times. They're following your flights and the transfers. If something goes wrong, they will get you to the ship one way or the other, come hell or high water. However, if you're on your own, it's your responsibility to get yourself to the ship. Anyway, but that buy one, get one free. I think it was like $700 or something for both of us. Where if we had gone on our own, it would have been well over $1,000 after we added transfers to it. So
easily.
But normally, the last time I looked for like airfare and transfers or whatever for two people, it's like $3,000. I don't know why the first one came out so good, and like that one's like,
yeah, I don't know.
Yep, it's that time of night. Yep, I think it is, Irene. I think it's about that time of night. So that being said, we love each and every one of you. We really do. We really, really, really do.
Yes, we do.
But you know the drill, right? We don't have to go home, but we do have to get that out of here. Peace.